because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, and I've got to say I'm delighted to be joined by Regis Prograis. Regis, good to speak to you again, brother, man. How's training camp going?
Man, hard, man. Every day, bro. Hard, real hard. You know, if you see, I think I got black eye right here. So, you know, training camp been going hard, bro. But you know, it's all good, bro. It's gonna be worth it. And you know, next week.
Next week, man. Next Saturday, you're fighting Danielito Zorrilla, I believe his name is. I do forget if I got it. Zorrilla.
Yeah.
It was meant to be Liam Parrow, but obviously he pulled out the fight, and you've got another opponent there. Does the mindset change with a different opponent in short notice?
No, same thing, bro. I mean, training camp was always hard. It's still gonna be hard. Real high intensity, everything like that. You know, for me, bro, I want to go put on for my city, have a good fight for my city, and just have a good performance, a good show, and stuff like that. So now everything. The only thing changes that Pyro was a southpaw, and Danielito is you know, he's orthodox. So just changed up the sparring, and that's it.
Talking about Danielito, then obviously he's only had that one loss on his record against Arnold Barboza Jr., who is a young up-and-coming fighter in your division as well. So a good fighter to bring to your city of New Orleans, but there's no way you're losing in New Orleans next week.
Nah, I can't, bro. I can't. Not for my people, bro. I got to go out there and do my thing, bro. It's this is going to be a huge fight, you know, not only for me, but, you know what I'm saying, for the city and for boxing, bro. It's a big fight. So I definitely got to, you know, I got to go out there and shine and go out there and perform.
Talk to him about signing a Matchroom as well. Obviously, Eddie Hearn was there. You said you felt like it's your home. You feel like you're home in that sense. I guess that you feel like now you've got that big promoter behind you. He's going to get you the fights, because if you look at your record on BoxRec, you're fighting very, very sporadically. It's like one a year, one every 11 months, one every 14 months. For a fighter at your elite level, I'm sure you want to be fighting at least twice a year.
Twice, 3 times a year, bro. With Eddie, I think this contract is, you know, it's gonna be a year, and it's supposed to be like a 3-fight deal for a year. So, you know, I want to stay active, bro. That's what I want. My thing is to stay active, you know, fight for the belts, fight for, you know, big names, money, all that type of stuff. And I, you know, like I said, I feel like Eddie is the person to do it.
Obviously, June 17th is next week, but like I said to you before I pushed record, Regis, man, you're getting called out left, right, and centre. I'm going to talk about each call out, but I'm just going to rattle a couple of names off. Jack Catterall's called you out. He wants a piece of Regis Prograis. Devin Haney says he wants to move up to 140. He wants a piece of Regis Prograis. I mean, even Teofimo Lopez, he wants a piece of Regis Prograis. And about 6 hours ago, Adrien Broner said he wants you next. Adrien Broner's back on the scene. He wants a piece of Regis Prograis. I mean, where do I start?
Man, you know what? I said after this, first off, you know, my whole focus, bro, is, you know, I got to fight in front of me. I got to fight Danielito Zorrilla first next week. Then after that, me and Eddie, we going to sit down and like, bro, all right, listen, like what's, you know, it's a lot. All those names you named are big fights, big fights, big money fights. So it's like, bro, all right, you know, this happening, like after this fight, what we going to do? You know, I'm going to just talk to Eddie, bro. I don't care who I'm going to fight. You know, and honestly, bro, you know me, bro. I don't care who I'm going to fight. I'll fight whoever. So now it's just about like shit. Let's you make the most sense next, and let's see who's gonna make the most money, make the most sense, and let's get it done. You know, I mean all them names, bro. You know, I want to fight all of them. I feel like all those names you just named are big money names, big money fights. So for me, bro, it don't matter. So like I said, after this fight, bro, I'm gonna, you know, talk to Eddie and let's see what the next move will be. It got to be one of those fighters, one of those names.
Well, as a selfish UK boxing fan, I look at Jack Catterall, right? And I look at you're both in Matchroom. He's called you out. Looking at your sort of styles, you're both similar in height and structure and frame. You've both got a good style that I think will gel. As a selfish fan, I think with both being in my Matchroom, that makes sense next. Yeah, you and Jack Catterall. And again, You know me, Regis, I'm a fan of yours. I wouldn't mind you coming back to the UK. You know, so does that is that a thought process in your mind right now?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think Jack is, I think he definitely makes a lot of sense. I think if anybody deserves a shot at the belt, he is the one, and he's with the same promotion company. He's with Matchroom, so I think that fight could make a lot of sense next too. So like I said, I'm with, for me, talk to Eddie and like see what we can do, see who make the most sense next. Because I feel like after this, it should be, in the contract, it's 3 fights in the contract. So after this, it should be, 2 more big fights after that.
Devin Haney as well. He's mentioned your name. He wants to move up to 140 now. You've seen his fight against the Southpaw and Lomachenko down at 135. What happens if you face Devin Haney?
I think, listen, bro. Honestly, I know, I think Devin's a pretty good fighter. He's okay. And I watched the fight with him and Loma. I felt like Loma won the fight. And what I got to say about that is, like, I just feel like, if I hit him with the same shots that Loma hit him with, bro, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be something, something bad gonna happen to him if I hit him with the same shots. Obviously, I know he won't fight me like he would fight Loma. He'll go back in the gym, he'll fix a lot of things. But just looking at that fight with Loma, if that was me, bro, I probably would stop him. He got hit with a lot of left hands. He got hit with, just a lot of stuff that, if it landed from a 140 pound, a real 140 pounder like myself, I mean, Loma is a 130 pounder, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? We can be honest with ourselves. Loma is really a 130 pounder. He hit him with a lot of stuff, and arguably, I thought he really won that fight. But at the same time, it's like, bro, if I hit him with those same things, that Loma hit him with, yeah, it's not. It might be good night for him.
Regis, obviously, when you lost against Josh Taylor, for your sort of like legacy and stuff like that, you immediately wanted the rematch. You wanted to right that wrong. Although Devin Haney won that fight, but there's a lot of question marks there. Do you feel like Devin Haney should rematch Loma and sort of like almost put that to bed so there's no more question marks or asterisks at that fight?
Yes, for sure. I feel like, man, he got to do that. I definitely feel like he have to do that. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take, like, I know Floyd is one of the people he look up to and stuff like that, one of his idols. And when Floyd had a close fight with Castillo, he rematched him. He beat him easily. And then after that and then the fight with Medina, people said that Medina beat him. It was close. He went back and he blew Medina out. So I think that Devin has to do that. And I honestly, bro, like, what other option? He has a lot of options. He's a name, so he has a lot of options. But at the same time, it's like, bro, like, it's like if you don't fight Loma, like, what you gonna do? You gonna fight at 35, you gonna fight Tank, you gonna fight Shakur, or you gonna come to 140 and fight like me. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard road. Everything. I think Loma is I think Loma will probably make the most sense for him to fight Loma again.
Obviously, this is probably a name that you didn't think was going to call you out or mention you. I know you spoke about Adrien Broner maybe 2-3 years ago, but he said in an interview earlier on today that he's got a fight lined up against Hutchinson, and then he said, once I beat Hutchinson, I think don't quote me on this, his words were, I'm going after Regis. He's got a belt, and I'm going to take that belt. Yeah, just your thoughts on Adrien Broner giving you a call out.
I've been wanting that fight, bro. That's a fight I've been wanting for like 5 or 6 years, bro. Before I was a world champion, I was like, man, I want to fight Adrien Broner. I remember I went to his fight with him and Mike Garcia. It was in New York, and I went to that fight. And after the fight, I kind of called out. I was calling out the winner, and it's on YouTube and all that type of stuff. Anyway, but I want to fight him for a long time. And shit, maybe we can do that. I mean, that's the thing, bro. It's so many good options. Like it's Catterall, it's him, it's Devin Haney. It's so many options out there right now, bro. I can do. So like I said, after this, after I take care of my business next week, then I just have to talk to Eddie and see what we're gonna do.
That's the thing. As a fighter, you're 100% focused on your fight next week against Danielito. So you can't think about these fights just yet. But in your mindset, I think maybe even 2 years ago, we used to do these Zoom calls all the time, and your name was never getting mentioned, and it almost frustrated you because you almost wanted them fights. But now your name's getting mentioned by everybody, man. What does that do for you? Does that add more fire in your belly? Does that give you that more fuel and train harder in training camp and whatnot?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, I wouldn't say give me more fuel, but I'm gonna train hard regardless. That's just what I do. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna train hard regardless. When we was doing those Zoom calls 2 years ago. I've been feeling like that. Now it's just like, all right, now y'all want to fight me. I have the belt again. Now y'all want to fight me. I've been feeling like I was gonna be back at this spot again, but now it's finally happening. So it feels good to have a lot of options. At first, I was calling all these people out, and they want to say my name. Nobody wanted to fight me. Now I have the belt, and now everybody wants to fight me. So it feels good, bro. And hopefully, I mean, all those names that call me out, man, I hope that I can fight every last one of them, and I can just pick all of them apart, one by one. But we as a fighter, you only can fight one person at a time. So you still got to do that. But hopefully, man, like I get those fights back to back, and just get them all off my list.
That's the thing. It must feel good to have a target on your back, Regis. But what I will say, obviously, two guys that are in your division that ain't called you out yet, but I'm guessing you're going to have a keen eye on it. And that's the one in New York at Madison Square Garden, and Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez. Now, I know you're a keen boxing fan. You're always at fights. You're always ringside if you're not fighting, watching fights. So talk to me about this fight. What happens?
I got Josh Taylor, bro. I mean, it's a lot of rumors going on with both of them. I'm hearing things about Josh Taylor and out there, and I'm hearing things about Teo. Obviously, Teo is not right in the head. People can see that, bro. When he talks and he says things, Teo is just, in the head, bro. Mentally, bro, he's not all together. He's not there. Josh, I don't know about him either. I'm hearing things about him too. So I think that I hate when people say it's a make it or break it type fight. I don't think it's a make it or break it type of fight for them. But at the same time, like it is an important fight because Josh, he really, arguably he lost his last fight against Catterall, and then with Teo, he fought Sando Martin, and he got dropped by a soft punch of Sando Martin. So both of them have a lot of proving to do basically. So I think that makes the fight intriguing. But as far as my pick, bro, I mean, I think that Josh Taylor should beat him.
One quick one then before I go back to you and your fight in New Orleans, man. I'm gutted I can't be there because I've never been to New Orleans, man. I need to come one day. And if you keep getting fights in New Orleans, man, I'm definitely going to make a trip over one day. But I've got to speak about Spence and Crawford and get your thoughts on it. Now, for me as a boxing fan and you as a boxing fan, finally we get to see it, and it's good for boxing.
Right, it's great. It's great for boxing. Honestly, brother, I don't know. I really don't even have a pick in that fight. I mean, I know some people be like, they'll say on camera, they'll be like, oh, I'll tell you this. Then off camera, be like, oh, this who really gonna win. Really, bro, I really don't know who gonna win that fight. It's really like a 50-50 fight. I really can't pick. I can't pick a winner. I think it's just good that they making that fight happen. It's super fights that's happening right now. It's really you gotta take your head up to Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia for making their fight happen. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's really just about the money, bro. You know what I'm saying? People just, a lot of fighters don't want to risk their record and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, bro, like it's about the money. Like somebody gonna win. So whoever the better man, they gonna win. Somebody gonna lose. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, bro, you want to get paid the most money. And that's what it's about. Like we've been. For me, most of these guys that's fighting, they've been fighting since they was, they've been fighting since they was like 8 years old. I started a little later when I was 17, but at the end of the day, bro, like you've been fighting since I was a teenager. So, it's like you just want to get paid, like you go out there, you train hard, you do what you gotta do in the camp, but you just want to get paid and see who the best person is gonna be. And that's how you push yourself.
Definitely. I think with the Garcia and Tank fight and obviously Spence and Crawford is what's good is all sets of fighters, they got on the phone and they called each other and said, how do we get this fight made? They actually phoned each other, which is probably the best way now, I think. If you want to fight someday, pick up the phone, call that fighter and be like, listen, let's do this. Let's get this on. What do you want? What do you need? Let's get the contracts and lawyers involved, which is good to see. But like I said, I am gutted I can't be in New Orleans, man. I wish I was because it looks like a fantastic city, man. And I need to be
fun, bro. It's gonna be a fun night, bro. Like I said, New Orleans is an untapped market for boxing, bro. Because New Orleans don't, historically New Orleans they have fighters for a long, long time. The last world champion besides myself was Willie Pastrana. That was in 1963. So obviously they had some big fights there over the years. But none of the fighters was actually from New Orleans besides Willie Pastrana. So me just going to the Smoothie King and doing that, bro, it's like, I think it's definitely special, bro. Like, I got all my people in the city, they working towards, we just want to have the biggest prize we can have. And of course, if we have a success, which I think we will, we going back. We should be going back.
But speak to me, Regis. This going to be the first of many at New Orleans?
I think so. I mean, Eddie even said it. Eddie said, "Look, like if it's a success, we coming back. If it's not not as big as we think it's gonna be, then we'll move the show on the road. We'll go somewhere else. Try it in another market. But I think that, bro, like I think that it could be potentially it should be a big fight. I definitely think it should be a big fight. I think it should it should have a lot of people in there, a lot of people talking about, a lot of people in the city is they excited for it. All my friends and stuff like that, they all working to make the biggest thing possible. I got crazy walkouts. I got just it's just gonna be a show all around. It's just gonna be a show, and I'm just excited for it. So most likely, it can. I think it can go back, especially saying those names. I mean, if you think about like me and like Adrien Broner in New Orleans, that fight will go. It'll be insane. I mean, I had that vision from a long time ago. Like if me and Broner fought in New Orleans, it'll be crazy. Obviously, me and Catterall, me and Devin Haney, like those fights, bro. Like, I mean, I think those
Josh
fights.
Taylor rematch. Can you imagine a Josh Taylor rematch in your home?
Josh Taylor rematch, exactly, bro. I mean, all those, like, I mean, these are big fights. If they can go to New Orleans, bro, I mean, I think it'll be something special.
Right, one final one for me then, Regis, before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. What's going to happen? I mean, your last 3, 4, 5 fights, they've been knockout. Can we expect the same?
I think so, bro. I mean, I don't go out there looking for the knockout. I go out there, I have fun, I enjoy myself. Boxing is something I tell everybody, but boxing is something I really love, bro. Besides this last 2 weeks, right now, my nutritionist is downstairs. So besides dealing with him and getting his school stuff straight, boxing is just something that I really love. I really, really enjoy it. I want to keep getting better. And I go out there and I have fun. And so for me, I'm going to go out there and, me and Daniel Zorrilla, we're going to have some fun. If the knockout present itself, then I'll take it. But if not, I'll just go out there, have fun, and box the whole 12 rounds if I need to.
Definitely. Well, listen, Regis, thank you so much for your time. Listen, I won't be there, but I will be watching. I'll be watching in the zone. So, listen, good luck with it. Hope training camp isn't too hard, the final week anyway. Enjoy it, brother. Good to speak to you again, and good luck next week.
All right, bro. One more thing, bro. I just want to let people know, bro. Tickets are as low as $20. I appreciate it everywhere. I know, some people say, man, this fight not affordable and stuff like that. We do have tickets as low as $20. So I definitely just want to put that out there for people to, they'll know that. And then as far as their weekend, bro, I think, like I said, bro, I think it's gonna be of course, if you can't be there and you watch it on the zone, but I think people should definitely try to be there. As far as their weekend, New Orleans is a party city. I'm sorry you can't come, bro, because I'll show you around New Orleans. I'll bring you to the hood, and I bring you whatever you need. I got it out there. So, but yeah, we gonna have some fun, bro. I can't wait till next weekend.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that, Regis. I'll hold you to that. But listen, $20, man. Listen, if I knew that, I'd jump on a flight because that is next to nothing.
The low is $20, bro. Tickets as low as $20. So I think it's just it's gonna be a good night, bro. I can't see it not being a good night.
Definitely. Well, listen, enjoy it. And I'll if I can I know we've got a guy out there, a guy called Colm. He's going to be out there, but listen, enjoy the fight. I'll be watching, like I say, and thanks so much for your time again, Regis. I appreciate it, brother.
All right, bro. Thank you, bro.
Peace, man. Thank you.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,